Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. PSR is excited to present to you Last Call, featuring your boy, the pimp slap P.O.D., Mike L.
Pimpin' ain't easy, but it's fun like money. Got bookies on the run, now it's time to get money. Not your typical way to ball. It's last call like some convicts waiting on the next draw. You can feel the tension. Did I mention? Fools better pay attention, cause we getting paid like a pension. T's on the ones and twos, we not the ones that lose. Mike, money's killers, Mike even make the evening news.
And now, let's get to the picks.
We be pumping! Buzz Force Radio, you know we be pumping!
What up? What up? Welcome on in. It's Last Call. It's Monday, April 15th. It's tax day. It stinks, but that's the benefits of a free country. It costs to be such a free country out there. Make sure you get them stamped up there. They don't have to be in today. They just got to be sent out today with the postage mark on there. Do what you got to do, and let's get after this cash. We got ground to make up after paying all them big bills out there, and it's going to be a great week to do just that. We're down to the last week in the NHL playoffs start this week. I cannot wait. We've got the NBA. The play-in starts tomorrow. How about that? We're going to have some fun there with that. We've got some big games there. The Lakers game. We've got the Golden State Warriors game. And, of course, Major League Baseball. It's heating up. We're around like game 12 of game 2000 for these teams. So lots of baseball to go. Going to be a ton of fun out there. Guys know the deal. Appreciate you dropping in. If you're just getting out of work, smash that thumbs up button for us. Maybe you're getting home trying to figure out what you're going to do for dinner. Maybe you're thinking about cocktails. It's Monday. Yeah, you deserve a cocktail. It was a long day back to work. Go ahead. That's on you. Let us help you figure out where you're going to put that cash tonight. Shout out to everybody here as we crack into another glorious week. We had a great week last week. What a way to finish. We'll recap as we always do. You guys know the deal. Transparency is the only currency that we have up in this business, and it's important that we start off good, bad, or ugly. We got to talk about the results of the previous day's campaign so that we can learn from our losses and build on our winners out there. But it's exciting to be here. Of course, today's guest will be Jose Bouquet. Say plays himself will be here to drop in some Major League Baseball action. It'll be a fun segment. I've seen some of the plays that my guy Say is looking at there, and I'm excited to talk baseball and understand how he's trying to get to the window. Of course, the NHL. Look, I got to be honest. I hate when people say that because I would never lie to you guys. However, full disclosure is probably the better way to say it. I'm at the point where the Flyers might as well make the playoffs. We'll talk a little bit about what that means and the implications for today's games. There is still some movement in the Eastern Conference. The Western Conference is pretty much settled in. They're just jockeying for seeding. That's going to make it tough the next couple of days. But it's important to know. It's I've called it like I said this the other day. Look, doesn't matter at this point. Look, we said it back in November. Too stupid to know they should lose. Too stupid. But at this point here, it's like a wet fart. Doesn't matter where the bathroom is. Don't even check. You know what it looks like. Let's just ride it out and try to get into the finish line with this thing. So that's what we're going to do here with this Philadelphia Flyers here these next couple of days. But we'll get to all of that shortly. Let's check out what's happening in the chat. You guys make the wheel go round. And we appreciate you guys dropping in here. Before I even do that, talk about transparency. Let me recognize my guy T out there. He's on the ones and twos, but how about his 3-0 UFC card out there? 3-0. He wasn't even banging big juice. He was just giving you guys straight fire out there. Shout out to my guy T with that 3-0 in the UFC. A lot of fun, man. That was a lot of great cash. We will not talk about the potential ramifications of what that script looked. We'll just keep that off the table. But I do want to shout him out for his 3-0 because that was impressive work. I tailed it. I gave him shout outs there on the PSR stream every time he got one. And you bet your ass I tailed my guy 3-0 out there. We got his niche out there. We know exactly, not just the ones and twos, but banging out and capping UFC fights. So shout out to my guy there. Let's take a spin through this chat and see what's going on. And of course, look, this is a guy here. Don't matter if he's on vacation or not. It's Joe T's, the first one in the chat again. Man, 10:40 a.m. He says, "Hey, Mike M, what's up? Let's get that cash. I wanted to drop my plays in early. Might not be around. NHL best bets. You guys know the deal here. You're going to want to write these down. In fact, Three things we ask you guys to do is hit that thumbs up button. First and foremost, help us crack this market that is 6 p.m. We need your support. You're having a good time. You're enjoying the content. You're making winners. You're learning from the chat. Hit that thumbs up and let them know we're here doing this on the regular. Grab a pen and paper to write plays down like my guy Joe T and everybody out there in the chat sharing with us on the regular. Sharp ass cappers. And of course, we ask you guys, throw them in the chat. We want to recognize what you guys have come up with for your ways to get paid. And my guy Joe T, no exception, dropping back into the NHL. And look what he's got here for us tonight. The Sabres and Lightning, first period over. The Senators and Rangers, first period over. And his MLB best bet. He's going back to his Brewers, first 5 and full game. He wasn't on vacation. I'd ask him to describe whether or not he's a homer with those Brewer picks. But, man, he's been cashing, and they are just firing right now. So shout out to my guy Joe T. I hope he's enjoying his well-deserved vacation with his family, his kids, and everybody else down there in FLA. Wear the sunscreen, my guy Joe T. The Futon Bet says Detroit Tigers money line. Let's get this cash, buddy. That's a great looking spot, my guy Futon Bets. We appreciate you sharing with us. Tori Coker's in the house, and there's Justin McKelvey. Says the Astros plus 100 stacks POD for my guy Justin. And Joe T says, where did my chat go? Yeah, I got you, man. I got you. You're in there. I see you, my guy Joe T. I hope you're doing well, my guy. Kenny Wood says, what up, Mike? And Robert Martin says, hey, pimp. Robert Martin says, checking in from Canada. Let's go, my guy. Robert says, what's cooking, chatties? Giving respect all around there, my guy Robert Martin. JW says, do you think the Avs are coasting to the playoffs? Yes. Not much left to play for them boys out there. Yes, I think the short answer is yes. Daniel Jones says, what's good, fam? Houston, Atlanta over 9.5 best bet got this morning. 9.5 best bet got it this morning. I got you. I read that poorly. Gerald Jones. LJ from H-Town, my homie out there. Phillies minus 1.5. Montreal over a half a goal in the first period. Robert Martin says, like number 15. You guys are awesome, man. I love what we're doing here. You know, we're building on the regular. We're trading things. The weekends, I got you guys hit me up asking about these plays, sharing your plays, your looks. So much fun what we have built together, and we continue to do it. I love hanging with you guys. You guys are sharp, and it makes me stay sharp because I certainly don't want to be delivering sour grapes. You know what I'm saying? I want to give you guys the winners just as much as you're trying to give them to me. So let's keep it rolling. Darius Moore says Pittsburgh NHL. Blue Jays money line parlay. Darius Moore, I'm going to have a tough time with that Pittsburgh game. In fact, all around, I tried to stay away from the games. Well, you'll see him in the NHL. We'll talk a little bit about how it works. Look, I'm biased at this point. I was going to parlay all the teams I need to lose today for that Philadelphia game coming up, but we'll talk about that. Joey Kryptonite in the house, and Buzz Light W8 says, first timer, caught you and Jose on Medicate Monday. Let's get it, Buzz Light. It's great to see you in here, man. Appreciate you dropping in. We do it on the regular Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. This is the spot to come. You get all the last-minute information, news analysis, and the thing that we do a little bit different than everybody else here, try to come up with a unique trend or angle, how we're going to get paid. All of those numbers have to have at least a 60% win percentage across the gamut when we share those angles with you. Then we look at the cash flow, the money movement, and we try to figure out how the books are reacting to give you guys those last-minute opportunities to go smash those books. And we're all doing it together, my guy. We're all trying to get this cash from the bookies. We're all looking at the same pockets and trying to move that money into ours. So you have come to the right spot, Buzz Light W8. Great to see you, man. I hope you had a good time with Medicate Monday. It's always a fun time out there with the boys, Dabby and Dutch. Of course, T's rocking there, doing his thing, keeping it tight and right. Of course, you know, I'm going to say that he's biased here to last call. But, you know, we'll let him have a little time with Dutch and Dabby. That's okay. That's okay. We'll share the goods. You know what I'm saying? Julian Cesario says, what's good, fam? Pimp Guardians cash it. Yeah. That was a big win. My goodness. And unfortunately, you guys got to wait till next year. Highlight, circle it. Matter of fact, all you need to do going forward, remember Patriots Day and remember fade Boston. They are fucking terrible on Patriots Day. We're past the 8-minute mark. I can say, goddamn, I will never forgive them for that 17-run first inning they had. I think it was like 4 years ago. That's how long I keep a score. It was like 4 years ago that they got blasted in that first inning. And ever since then, I noticed all they do on Patriots Day is lose. They had to give that day up to somebody that can win. Yeah, there's a lot of blood being shed out there on Patriots Day, and it makes sense. But Julian Cesario says, what's good, fam? Pimp. Let's go, my guy. Juggler 23, our guy sharing the wise guy plays and awesome trends as well. Juggler 23 says the MLB trend of the day: teams that hit 4 or more home runs in their last game win 67% in their next. That's a great trend, man. That's what I am going to write down. As a matter of fact, I'm going to write it down right now. That's excellent information. 4+ homers win. Kind of makes sense if you think about it, right? You're seeing the ball well, you're cooking it out there, and you roll on. We'll see how that transitions as they switch series there. Tarek B in the house says, what's up, Mike? Let's get paid on this Monday. Likes the Brewers today. AOD's up in the house, and there's our guy, Subhuman Gaucho. The Subhuman hockey play of the day is the Bruins -1 plus 103. My God, let's go. He's got a nice record there, 14-7, plus 14.56 units. I love it. 14-7, 7 wins. Obviously, he's cooking them up. 7 wins over 500, but he's dog hunting, and that's why my guy Subhuman Gaucho can roll with me any day. Coin says, "What's up, Mike and chat? Let's have a Monday." Got a Dodgers team total over 4.5. Islanders money line parlay plus 188 in his pocket. There's Marcus McCarthy. He says, "Hey, Marcus McCarthy, it's good to see you back, my guy." Fletcher Berry says, "Checking in for that cash money talk." Julian Cesaro says, "Next play, Colorado Philly over 9. Let's go." Nutty says, "We be pubbing." Robert Martin says, "Pizza money on the Chicago White Sox. What the heck, eh?" See how I switched the A in there, Robert Martin. I'm not too far from the border, my guy. We get our share of opportunities to cross north, and a little more difficult now than it used to be. But let's get rolling. Yes, absolutely. T said it. Let's start the week off right and smash the like button, you guys. We got a big week ahead. So excited about getting after this week here. I'm going to change some things up in the NHL as we get to the playoffs too. I'm going to work on some series betting because it's not future betting as much as, it is future betting, but series betting, I think we'll get some unique opportunities to try to double up on some spots. So I'm going to take a look at trying to, I've never done it before. I have, but I've never done it like publicly. And, sometimes I'll bet the series if it's a bunch of shit teams I could care less about, and then I'll just try to hedge it out at the end. But, we will see how that works here. I'm going to get creative with it. We want to get cash. We want to win. We want to continue to make more and more cash. So let's see if we can't find that itself. We got the playing games, of course. You guys can catch some great intros there. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And, of course, Dutch Boy Fresh and I were talking some NBA and the playing games there for the Tuesday games. We were talking about that earlier on the session. Make sure you guys go check it out. It was a fun show today. Boys putting in the work to give you guys the goods and have some fun while we're doing it. But let's get into this card here. We don't have a lot of time to waste. In fact, we've got games that Jose has brought out there that are going to pop off at 6:40 p.m. So we've got about 25 minutes till first pitch. We got 3 NHL games to talk about, and we got to blast through this record. So let's go high level. High level Friday was a shitload of plays, but it was a 7-6 day. 13 plays. The number for me is between that 9 to 10 spot for me. I know that in that window I can get my number that I need to continue to live. But look, 7-6. It was a plus 3.54 unit day. We're closing back in on the high water mark after that terrible day a couple Fridays back. But running down the rip, the St. Louis Blues went over 5.5. Nice job. We cashed it. We knew that they were going to play aggressive in that third period, and that, in fact, they did. The Calgary Flames got the job done at minus 136. And then there was our banger, the Vegas and over 5.5 at plus 175 cash for us. We'll move on to Major League Baseball. We double dipped that Colorado game, the Colorado money line at plus 205. Terrible team, but we were able to isolate the spot to nail away on them. And we got the plus 1.5. That was minus 105. So a couple double dip spots. The fucking Atlanta Braves and the under 8.5. 2.15 units there. We took an L. It was a 1-unit loss, but it was a plus 215. That game ended, was it 8-1? I think it was 8-1. We got hooked. We got fucking hooked by a half a run from cashing a plus 215 spot. We got the Winker RBI. That was a nice plus 230. Then we did lose the Arizona Diamondback spot. We lost the Pacers in the Siakam double-double. That was a nice plus 190. Look, we swung for the fences. We said we were going to do it. Came up short, but still profitable day. We got San Antonio plus 12. Was a nice, easy, straight-up winner, by the way. Twice in 2 back-to-back days did our big spots come out there and win straight up. So that was the Utah Jazz the day before and the San Antonio Spurs. Remember that one. If you lost by double digits, then you come back and you lose on the money line. That third game as a double-digit favorite, they're covering at a huge clip. And, in fact, we went back-to-back straight-up winners. Golden State Warriors -3.5 lost, and the first half lost. The Pelicans got me on that one. So look, started off the day strong, finished it like shit, still made almost over 3.5 units on the day. And that's how we roll on. That's what we try to do on the regular. You got to get creative with these plus money spots. And shout out to Subhuman Gotcha, because he seems to have figured out how to crack the code and get that himself. So going to have some fun this week. We're going to get into it. We're going to start this thing off as we do on the regular. We've got 3 NHL plays to get you guys paid today. And before we do that, important to note, the wild card situation in the Eastern Conference right now. Of the teams that are playing, they all have something to play for. Now, I don't subscribe to that skating for exercise horseshit that some people will talk about. Somebody texted me yesterday and they asked about that Calgary Flames game. Do they have any reason to win? You don't know what kind of contract incentives and shit are baked in on the back end of these guys, or they're trying to get traded, or they're trying to increase their values, whatever the case may be. The Calgary and the over spot I gave out to a couple of my boys last night at +200. It made sense. They went down, they came back, they kicked ass, they took names. We got a +200 spot. So you just don't know. But that being said, here's what we do know. The Islanders are trying to close down a playoff position tonight against the New Jersey Devils. We know there's a 3-game lay right now for the wild card position. Actually, 4 teams in play for the wild card position. The Tampa Bay Lightning have already clinched up a wild card spot. The Washington Capitals are one of those teams. The Detroit Red Wings, the Philadelphia Flyers, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. 3 of those 4 teams are in play tonight. Very important to note. So if you're looking at what these teams are playing for, the West, on the other hand, everybody's in the playoffs. They're just jockeying around for playoff seeding right now. And we'll talk about one of those games that's in play as well. So look, selfishly, I want to go after this Flyers team. And I think one of these games we'll talk about, you'll see kind of the angle that I took, but hard for me not to just fade every one of these fuckers I need to lose so that my Flyers can make these playoffs. Now, not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to talk about this first game. It's the New York Islanders. It's the New Jersey Devils. We look at the Islanders. They've got Varlamov in net going at 13-8-4. Then we've got Jake Allen on the New Jersey Devils side, 12-17-4. He came into New Jersey off the trade looking pretty sharp. He has regressed to pile of shit status. We've got Varlamov at 2.66 goals against average and a 91.6% save percentage. We see Jake Allen with a 3.43 goals against average and an 89.7% save percentage. Right now, tonight, a win from the Islanders, they clinch the playoffs. They're going with the hot hand. It's Varlamov, 4 starts in 5 games, and he's been playing spectacular. He's allowed 3 or fewer goals in 7 straight starts. They are 6-1 in that run. I don't know what happened in Montreal. He saved 12 on 14 shots. It was a 3-2 win in overtime. On the other side of things, talk about the exact opposite. Jake Allen, his 5th start in 6 games. He's allowed 3 or more goals in 7 of 8 games out there. He's 3-5 over that stretch. 5 goals in his last performance on 32 shots and a 6-5 loss to the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm sorry, the Toronto. No, I got all fucked up. The Toronto Maple Leafs. I got baseball. At least the Raptors aren't relevant because I would have fucked that up too. Anyhow, as we look at this one here, guys, pretty short and sweet. It's the revenge factor. Not only is it the revenge factor, but it's compounded by the fact that the Islanders need this to clinch a playoff spot. So I don't know what else you want to say. You got a goaltender playing great in Varlamov. You got a pile of shit in Jake Allen. You got a team playing for revenge that's 556 wins and 287 losses. And you got a team that's trying to clinch the playoffs tonight. I'm rocking with these Islanders. That one has nothing to do with the Philadelphia Flyers spot for me. They're independent. They're pretty much making it regardless. They're really not a function for the wild card. So that one's free and clear. Let's roll on. Game number 2. Got to pick it up. We need to get our guy Jose in here. And let's talk about this Boston and Washington spot now. We've got Swayman going for the Boston Bruins, 25-9-8. We've got Lindgren going for the Capitals, 23-16-7. Swayman's 2.56 goals against average and 91.5% save percentage. Lindgren is a 2.77 goals against average and a 90.9% save percentage. What's on the line for this game here? The President's Trophy. That would be the team that has the best record out there. And it is right now a fight between the Boston Bruins and the New York Rangers out there. So the Rangers most likely playing Ottawa tonight could lock it up and sew it down. But doesn't mean that Boston's not still alive for that potential. Right now, they got Swayman going. He's allowed 3 or fewer goals in 4 of 5 games. On the other side of things, Lindgren had 3 or less goals going in 5 straight games. He had 32 saves on 34 shots and a 4-2 win versus Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay has just phoned it in. They're just trying to get healthy for the playoffs. If there's a team that's just not trying anymore, I believe it's Tampa Bay. Mental note that because they're playing the Buffalo Sabres tonight. When we look at this spot right now, here's how I project this one to go down. The road team, first game of a back-to-back, off a win as a favorite, are 93-40. When you're the home team, after being a home dog against the Boston Bruins, you're 79-159 out there. Lots of reason for Boston. And as far as these two teams are concerned, the Capitals play the Flyers, I believe it's tomorrow. So as we look at this spot here, I kind of believe that Boston gets up in this game. I don't think that they're going to want to expend the energy in Washington to try to battle this Boston team when it will be the last person in makes the wild card between the Capitals and the Flyers. I call that a Flyers type of pick if you want. I'm just trying to be as transparent as I can around this thing. To me, it's the Bruins in regulation. They get up a goal. I don't see there's going to be that fight because it is that first leg of the back-to-back spot for them Capitals. So I believe this is a great opportunity to fade the Capitals because the NHL drama that they're going to want is going to be this Capitals Flyers team playing for that last wild card spot. With that being said, I would fade the Penguins tonight. I would also fade the Detroit Red Wings tonight against Montreal. Why not? That would keep it alive. That would make things a lot of fun. But I'm rocking down the Bruins in regulation, and I'm doing it at even money. Last but not least, let's talk about this third game. Quickly on the hop, I mentioned it earlier, game jockeying for playoff position. We've got the Minnesota Wild have been eliminated from the playoffs. The LA Kings are in the playoffs. They are jockeying for position right now. It's all about the seeding battle for those guys. We've got Gustafsson going for Minnesota, 19-18-4. We've got Cam Talbot going for the LA Kings, 26-19-6. Gustafsson's 3.11 goals against average, 89.8% save percentage. Talbot's at 2.46 goals against average, and 91.5% save percentage. Look, Gustafsson is rested. His first start in 3 games. He's allowed 4 more goals in 2 straight, so he needed the rest. He got blasted. He let in 5 goals on 32 shots against the Colorado Avalanche. I mentioned the Kings are jockeying for playoff position. Talbot's allowed 3 or fewer goals in 4 straight. He had in that 4-game run, he's 3-1. He had 22 saves on 23 shots and a 4-3 win against the Calgary Flames last start. Now we look at this thing here. I'm rolling this double dipper. We're going for the big plus score. I'm going the Kings in the over 5.5. Lots of injuries up and down, defense and offense. It's a mash unit essentially now for Minnesota. They put their all in there a couple weeks back. They're probably fortunate to have missed the playoffs because they would not have advanced past this first round. Minnesota in the dog roll, 10-25 in a 35-game sample this year over the dog roll. Fade on them, boys. It's also 21-13 to the over. I do believe this game has scoring in it, and we got a 5.5 out there. The Kings in the over 5.5 is plus 175. I don't think they want to park the bus and play defense. I think they want to go out there and put boots to ass and put the scoring on this Minnesota Wild team out there. That's kind of the angle that I took in going at this thing with the over 5.5. Yeah, I see Mel in the chat says the Kings -1 at -109. They desperately want to keep that third spot to stay in the Pacific. I think it's a lot easier for them to go out there and win this game 5-1 or 5-2 than it is to try for them to go out there and just manage this victory. So go out there, sticks on the ice, kick some ass, Fiala, Kempe, and the squad there in the LA Kings go and get the job done. Yeah, Palm Boats. I'm fading on the Penguins. I need the Penguins to get out so that the Flyers can get in. So Predators love to knock teams out of the playoffs at the end of the season. Also, I kind of thought that game would go under. I did look at that. If you were trying to parlay that, the Predators in the under, 6.5, by the way, 6.5, not the 6 that the line's at right now. It's around a plus 265 spot. So I do lean in that direction. But look, I just got to, I got to give it to you guys straight there. I stayed off that game just because my heart trumps my head in that situation. And that's never a good spot to be. But speaking of a guy that's all heart, no quit, he's here for Mondays. He's part of the Say Hey. In fact, he is the Say Hey guru himself here for Major League Baseball. Got to spend time with him this morning on the Daily Sesh, the Sesh out there. Let's bring him in. Jose Bouquet, baby.
Mikey, how's it going? Nice to see you as always. I'm going to sneak in another bet here as well while we're getting it in here. I'm taking the Minnesota Twins sneakily real fast. Reverse line movement. All the money, of course, all the bets on the Orioles and the line moved down towards the Twins. So give me the Twins as well. But that's just an appetizer here, the part of the poo-poo platter of plays we're giving out.
So part of that poo-poo platter looks to me like we've got the Minnesota Twins and the Baltimore Orioles opened up at plus 120 down to plus 114. 81% of the cash. 81% of the bets, 89% of the money on the Baltimore Orioles. John Smith says this bald-headed guy is reading off a script. What a joke. John Smith, 3 things. 1, you're not green. Go green, get a membership, then we'll care what you say. 2, go fuck yourself. And 3, I wrote the script, you dumb son of a bitch. What do you think I'm doing here? Just flying blind? Go fuck yourself, John Smith. Come on. Get green, and then we'll come back and revert to that thing here. Don't fuck with me today. I wrote the goddamn script, John Smith. Dumb son of a bitch.
I am the script.
I am the script, goddammit. Now, if you want to talk about scripts, we can talk about the UFC. What do you want me to do? Come in here, John Smith, and go, let me look. ESPN says this. Let me think about it. What a dumb son of a bitch. That might be the dumbest comment of the show. What an idiot. Let's roll on Jose Bouquet. I'm on one today, my guy. We are rolling there.
Good.
But Jose Bouquet's going to open the card up with a plus 114. Is that the best number you got?
That's what I bet, so we'll just give that out, make it easier on everyone.
I like it. It's going to sneak in a winner for us there. Sneak it in.
Yeah, and I got plus 119, by the way. Sorry.
Oh,
plus 119, and I just bet it like 2 minutes ago. So it's very nice. Let's go Twins.
Jose, before we go any further, are you reading off a script?
No, hopefully. Well, I love the fucking script for the night. God damn it! Just like the UFC scripts, apparently, since we're talking about them. I don't know.
Oh man, that's a whole nother can of worms. We don't have time.
Apparently, I heard earlier in the show that T had the script 3-0. 3-0.
They gave T the script on that one. He was reading off the script for that UFC contest.
Yeah, just shout out to Pereira for helping me get back yesterday. Or I guess Saturday, but shout out to him. That was nice.
Well, Jose, we've got the San Francisco-Miami game out there. And, it's funny. Before I even jump into it, I would hope that John Smith is my buddy from Philadelphia. His name was John Smith, and he lived on 123 Main Street. Can you believe that?
Oh.
Anyways, it was nice. Like he showed me his mail one day. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? What are the odds? You couldn't even get it. Unbelievable. Just the classic.
It's like the most generic address out there.
The most vanilla name ever, right? I mean, no sprinkles for that guy. Anyways, the 6:40 p.m. start. We got a bunch of games popping off here in the short term, so we got to get moving, Jose. We've got the San Francisco Giants and the Miami Marlins rolling out there right now. This Giants line has cash pouring in on it. 75% of the bets and 72% of the cash on the San Francisco Giants. When we bust this thing down, we look at the bets. We look at the bets because those are typically the John Smith type bets. The $1 bettors, the parlay bettors, the teaser bettors. It's all kind of the soup that rolls into it. Then we look at the money category. The money's going to be the Jose Bouquet bettors there. They roll up with a backpack full of green and they say, hey, I got 10 dimes. Give it to me on this spot.
$25. Yep.
Then after we look at those two, after we look at the public, and then we look at the bigger bettors, we look to see how is the book reacting. And that's when Jose talks about that reverse line movement in this case. We've got cash pouring in on the San Francisco Giants. They went from minus 124 to minus 115. Jose Bouquet, I do not know you're playing this game. I just saw the game itself. Lay it on us. How are you going to get paid in this San Francisco-Miami game?
Yeah, I need to stop overcomplicating some things. Yesterday I felt like I had some good reads with Ragu, and I just took first 5 instead of full game. So I'll rock and roll with the Miami Marlins here. I know it's not going to be a popular play, especially since Kyle Harrison's a lefty, and the Marlins are dog shit against lefties, just league worse. But I'm hoping the market's right here. I'm hoping Edward Cabrera is making his debut for the season. I think he can go out there and pitch well. And this would be a low-scoring game. So, yeah, I also like the under. But, I mean, everyone and their fucking moms likes the under, Mikey. I'm sure you've seen this. 84% of the bets and 99% of the money on the under 9 or under 8.5. And that's still there. So, maybe that's a sign that the Miami Marlins show up with some bats today. Who knows? But yeah, I'm liking the Marlins. I got them at evens exactly, plus 100. So we'll rock and roll with that. And again, a little reverse line movement as well here that makes me feel better about betting it. Troy told me at one point 44% of the lines had reverse line movement in MLB. So, it's not the end all be all, but I'll admit it does make me feel better when the line's moving the other way and there's all that money making it more appealing to bet the other side. So, and shout out to Steve G, by the way. That Rockies fade train's fun to watch.
Hell yeah, Steve G, giving it to him. Listen, Jose, I'm sorry to say this, but I got to fade you. I'm not actually fading you. I'm going with the San Francisco Giants. It just happens to be on the other side of your play. The movement for Eddie Cabrera there, to me, gave me the excitement here. I've shared one with you already, Jose. We already know that team. But if you fade the Marlins in the first game of the series going back to 2021, you are 97-53. You've won 6 in a row, fading them Marlins off the hop there. I'm going to go with the San Francisco Giants team. I got them at minus 115. I get it.
It's cheap for them too. It's really cheap for them.
It's almost too good to be true in this case here. All that cash coming in on it, and they're making it even more attractive to bet on them. I think though too. Who was it in the comments there that made the comment there about the Joe Yurkovich? The pitching change may have changed the betting percentages. I do agree with that.
Yeah, that was the concern. I did see that. And it did shake my confidence a bit. I will admit that. I saw it was supposed to be fucking what's his name, Puck. And then they called up what's his name again. So hopefully again that the line and the bookmakers know these things in advance is my hope.
Well, onward and upward, Jose. So you've got Minnesota Twins plus 119. You're rolling the Miami Marlins at even money. I don't know if you had a chance to look at this game or not. I'm sure you did, being that you are the ninja of Major League Baseball here. But I'm looking at the LA Angels and the Tampa Bay Rays. And I got to tell you, this Tampa Bay team to me, actually both these teams, the Angels seem to be overvalued and Tampa Bay seems to be undervalued. I love these AL East teams beating up on teams outside of the division. You look at this line here, this thing opened up. This is another one of those ones, Jose. 95% of the bets and 99% of the cash on the Tampa Bay Rays. Everybody loves the Rays, but it has moved in their direction. So there is correlated line movement with that giant stack of cash that's rolling in on it. The total is something to be concerned with, though. 86% of the bets. We don't see how much cash is on the side itself, but we do see 86% of the bets. And we see it started at 8.5. And it's sitting at 8.5. And Jose, we've got Eflin and Sandoval on the bump in this game. Sandoval, guess what his record is when he is a dog, Jose?
Not good.
1-13 for this guy as a dog. Then we look at it on the other side of things. Zach Eflin. Guess what happens when he's a favorite and his team lost his previous start, aka the bounce back situation? He's 22-5, Jose.
Yeah,
strong favorites in the first game of the series are 23-1. They're winning on average of almost 3.5 runs a game. They're 19-5 on the run line as well. I got Tampa Bay. I'm taking a -1. It's -110, Jose. -110 for me with Tampa Bay -1.
I'll admit, Mikey, if I were to have a bet on this game, I'd be on the opposite side. I'd be on the Los Angeles Angels here. I think the Rays are going to be bad this year. And I continue to think that. And Zach Eflin, I know he's like a home monster. But, it's been – I see this line opening up at our friends at Bet Online. I just fucking had it at -150. And it really hasn't moved much. It did the Irish jig up to -160 and then popped back down back to -156 with just every fucking person betting the Rays today. So I personally would be on the Angels, but I passed.
Yeah, I kind of looked at that intersection point, the bounce back for Eflin. I thought about the first 5 too, but I just thought, it's -125 was the cheapest number for the first 5 and the -0.5. I'd rather give him the full game and see if we can't find a way to get it done. And Joe Yurkovich says, you have to have a script with all these trends. Yeah, no shit, dude.
And by the way, happy Patriots Day to you, Mike. I just forgot to tell you that. Yeah, happy Patriots Day. I hope you celebrated.
I celebrated with my own little Irish jig when I saw the Cleveland Guardians go out there and put boots to ass, Jose. Patriots Day.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised. I've been betting against the Red Sox a lot. So
there's two things we know about Patriots Day. One, there's a bunch of people getting up super early to do a whole lot of running, 3 hours plus worth of running. Two,
yeah, it sucks.
The Red Sox are going to get the shit kicked out of themselves at home in front of that early morning crowd. It's cold. It's early. The bats just don't get flying out there. That's the way it goes.
It was also a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it was a pretty good movie. I will give him that. Spoiler alert, they got him in the end.
Fuck yeah. They fucking got him. America. Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And thank you, Mike, for giving everyone the tax reminder as well.
Yep.
Good.
Nasty Nate says, move on, Mike. Sorry, Nasty Nate. There was no Red Sox. Listen, the Bruins can smash tonight, but your Red Sox, I smashed them. How about that? I know Joe Yickert says I'm going off the script. My bad, Joe. My bad. We got 7:40 p.m., you guys. We've got ourselves plenty of more Major League Baseball games. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe we got 5 more Major League games to talk about tonight. It's a nice full slate tonight in Major League Baseball. Some teams in travel spots, others not. But, Jose, I went to this Kansas City and White Sox game. White Sox hosting them Royals, a battle of the AL Central right now. We got a line that opened up 90% of the bets and 81% of the cash on the Kansas City Royals. It's gone from minus 184 all the way down to minus 155, Jose. You know what they call that, Jose?
What do they call it, Mikey?
Reverse line movement, my guy. Reverse line movement against the Kansas City Royals. Apparently, the books are thinking White Sox smash. Then we look at the total. It's gone from 7.5s up to 8s with 86% of the bets and only 37% of the cash. That's a situation where we look at the bets and we look at the money, and we see that the bets, probably the public, the smaller bettors, the parlay bettors, the teaser bettors, but the sharp bettors potentially, or at least the bigger bettors, are looking at this under. And so is your boy here. I'm jumping in on this one here. Nastrini, I'm not sure what to expect out of Nastrini as a White Sox. I know he's making his debut. Jose, I like the fade pitchers that are in that debut role, but I don't know. When I look at these two teams here, I just had to figure this one. Bottom line, Kansas City, they're going back to Lugo. Lugo's got a 1.45 ERA. He's 2-0 on the season himself. And look, I just looked at kind of recent opponents, right? The White Sox. Cincinnati leaks runs. They could only score 5 in 3 games on them, boys, and 4 of them were in that last game. They got busted up by Cleveland as well. It's just not a good start for this White Sox team. God bless anybody that's on them. It almost makes me think to myself, why is this line moving to the White Sox? Does somebody know something? Then I look on the other side of things, and I look at this Kansas City matchup. 2 of their last 3 games have gone under the total. That was against the Mets. They were on the road against the Mets. But what I do know about this is when the 2 AL Central teams face each other, the under has hit 77 to 52. 77 unders, 52 overs. And when the last game went under, and you're a minus 120 or bigger favorite with a total between 7.5 and 10 between 2 losing teams, it's 279 to the under, 159 to the over. Just for my eyeball test, if I didn't have the data behind it, I would say this game's going to go on the underside of things as well. It's not 8.5 any longer. There were some 8.5s out there. I was able to parlay some 8.5s. You could probably still do a little same game action to get that done as well, but I'm going to go to the 8. I see the 8 sitting there at minus 110, Jose. I got the under 8 Kansas City White Sox minus 110. What do you think?
Respect. I didn't play anything on this game. It's a dumpster fire game, but I wish you luck, and I do kind of hope the White Sox win.
Wouldn't mind seeing the White Sox win, like a 3-1 type of game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I do think the Royals are getting sneaky good again. We talk about the the Royals trap. They always look good in the preseason and come out and shit the bed, but they've looked pretty good so far. Their new look rotations look pretty good. So we'll see how it goes in the summer months, but good so far.
There's my guy, Marcus McCarthy says, wow, over 86% of the money on the over. Says he loves the under. Joseph Alvarado says, but it is 75 degrees here in Chicago, and that's like a summer day. Yeah, that sounds like a beautiful day. Billy Friedrich says, White Sox team total under first 5 and full game. Here's the thing about this White Sox lineup, though, which I don't know if it's being accounted for or not, Jose. There's no Moncada, there's no Jimenez, and there's no Lubov.
Yeah, they all are out.
three big bets that are kind of MIA out there. And
even when they were there, they weren't hitting. So,
yeah, it's a good point. Wash them out there. Under it is. Coin says 37% of the money on the White Sox over, FYI. It'll be an interesting game to see what happens. That is 740. Jose, let's roll onward and upward here. It looks to me like we've got ourselves a couple of games floating around this 740 window here. I might have gone out of sequence. I might have. Let's just see if I screwed this up entirely or just a little bit, here. The script had to be written by myself, and I might
remember you are the script.
I am the script. Texas and Detroit. Did I screw that up?
No, you're good.
All right, let's talk about this game. There it is. Just kind of popping off here. We got a team with Texas that opened up at minus 122. It's gone to plus 110. Now we're sitting here with this game, and we are looking at this thing with a total that's got 69% of the bets on the Rangers, only 20% of the cash, Jose. Tell us what's happening in this game here. I know there's live betting opportunity at this point. I know you tweeted your action out as well, so kind of tell us what you were thinking about how you were attacking this game.
Yeah, keep it short. Shout out to Razor, obviously. I saw he was on this as well. All that money on the Rangers, the line flipped, or sorry, I should say, bigger bets, less tickets on the Tigers there, and the line flipped completely from the Tigers being dogs to favorite. I've been betting those all year. This is just one of them. So 30% of the bets, 80% of the money on the Tigers there. So yeah, Tigers here for me. I think they win the game.
Make sure you guys are following at Jose Bouquet. He goes on a lot of shows on the regular, and follow him on X because he does tweet his action out when he lays it down there so that you guys can try to capture the best lines. And then, of course, he comes in and he shares with us the way he's attacking that bookie out there. Frank Virginia 87. What up, my guy? Says, got my grandma's card. How do I gift subscriptions? Well, not sure how to answer that one, Frank Virginia, because there is a way to gift subscriptions, but
I wish you luck, Frank. We're not gonna bankrupt your grandmother with you, is what Mikey was trying to say there. But we wish you luck.
We wish you the best of luck out there. Subhuman Gotcha says, I tailed Razors play on the Tigers as well. It looks like a good spot there with these Tigers today. I mean, Look, everybody loves the Rangers. I
thought it was weird. And sometimes, the X's and O's don't match up baseball wise, but you just have to let the market guide you in some instances. And that's what I did here as well.
What was the number that you got with that Detroit Tigers team?
I got minus 116, and like you see on the screen, it's steamed all the way to 25. Gotcha. So that's that shit right there.
That's that shit right there. Yeah, I got to move faster with fortunately, as the NHL gets wrapping, there's baseball with these 6:40 starts there. It's tough to sneak some of these games in. We'll have to evaluate the order of which things are rolling as we move forward, but that's okay. We will get the plane in the air, and then we will fix the wings as we are flying it, Jose, if that's okay with you.
Okay, let's roll. It's your show. I'm just here to take the ride. Shout out to Marcus McCarthy, though, for not talking about your legs anymore. I'm glad you laid down that law with him.
He's my guy. We're all good. We're all good. Everyone's good. It was fun this morning. I had a good time. It was great content for the show this morning. Them boys had things. I'll tell you what. Shout out to Dutch and Dabby though for that creativity around trying to give everybody some free cash. They're laying out the total number of home runs and who's going to get the home run in the comments.
Dabby doesn't want to give out that free cash, but I respect them for doing it.
Yeah, Dabby was gripping on. Even afterwards, even after you win, I suspect you're going to have to go pull it from his hands, but we're all good. We're all good. It was fun, Marcus McCarthy. No, we're good, dude. We're good. Maybe it was an overreaction. I don't know. We'll see.
No.
Let's move on. Let's go here. We've got 7:40 p.m. though. Time to get back to business. We got about just under an hour before this Padres and Brewers game pops off, and kind of the age-old theory. I'm curious to hear what you're going to do in terms of attacking this, Jose, but the teams that played Sunday night baseball are tremendous fade opportunities, especially if they had to travel out of that thing here. When we look at the numbers, we see that the Brewers opened up at plus 114. They're now minus 110. There's the old dog to favorite Flipperooski. We had 70% of the bets and 92% of the cash on the Brewers. we have a flip. We went from dog to favorite. The home team has become the favorite. And then the total literally is 50-50 on the bets. No information on the cash, just a 50-50 split with no cash flow information on that game. And I just kind of alluded to it, right? We had Yu Darvish pitching last night. First 500 cash for me under 4.5. And that's about all the Dodgers did, because after that, no Freeman, no bets, no scores. They ended up getting busted up 6-3. Padres came away with that win, and they took the series.
Guess who had Padres first 5 last night?
One Jose Bouquet.
Yeah, that's what I was saying yesterday. I just felt like I got like cute with my first 5 full game actions. Teams I bet on first 5 lost the first 5, and then just came back to win the game. It was disgusting.
Well, on the other side of things, speaking of disgusting, I had a 5-leg parlay yesterday, 26-1, with the Milwaukee Brewers being the last leg of that thing for me. So, back and forth, there was a cash out option that was like 80% of the cash. Then it went down to 70% of the cash. Then it went up to 85% of the cash. And then next thing I see, it's 6-4, and the Brewers are just desperately trying to hang on there. But Baltimore was able to spank their bottoms, Jose. Baltimore's been on a hell of a run. We saw that our guy Joe T from Florida giving us the vacation play of the day there, the Brewers first 5 and the full game. What say you? Say, hey, Jose Bouquet, tell us about this Brewers game. How are we getting paid?
Yeah, I should be on first 5 full game with you, Joe T, but I'm only on full game Brewers here. Again, you said it, dog the favorite flip, Joe Musgrove pitching, a guy we've been kind of fading in and out in the beginning of the season so far. Just, wasn't one of those guys that it seemed like he was healthy to start the spring and blah, blah, blah. So Brewers money line for me here. I'm excited to watch this game, and I think they win and continue their hot streak. They've just been solid, and I respect their manager. Their manager was Craig Counsell's manager in college, was the Brewers bench coach for a long-ass time, and I feel like that was just a great hire for them just because it doesn't really, change much. It's not a big overhaul in the culture there. He just comes in and keeps the cogs ticking in there, and the Brewers are a great organization that develops pitching routinely. Just out of thin air. It's been pretty impressive to watch. So, yeah, Brewers money line for me. And remember, this team is a team without Devin Williams, and he's arguably the best closer in baseball. And he's probably going to get traded if he ever comes back, but really good reliever that are missing too, and they still started off hot. So, yeah, Padres, I think they go down tonight. So, Brewers money line.
What was the number that you got on the Brewers money line?
I got -110 with you.
Gotcha. For tracking purposes, certainly want to make sure that we capture this number information. I like that Brewer spot. I'm not mad at that at all. JPZ says, I like the Brewers. Sunday night baseball coming off a series with the Dodgers. NL West battles result in the teams losing the next game after those wars. Yeah, puts a lot out there. Takes a lot out of you. And then Coin says, Cabrera, 2 of 3 Ks or Ks on 2 of 3 batters in the first out there. So
let's count our money. We've already won it, guys. We're good. Catch your Marlins bets, guys.
Oh, boy. I'll tell you what, save me a spot at the window because I'm not going to throw my ticket out just yet if it's okay with you guys. I'm going to hang on to that San Francisco ticket and see where it gets me.
I've done that. I've done that once in my life. I ripped up a winning ticket on accident. It was really nice.
Did you really?
Really good. Yeah. It was a parlay. I was in Vegas and I ripped it up. And of course, the last leg was basketball and fucking you couldn't come back from 50 points down in 20 seconds in basketball. So it was one of those things. It was great. Taped it up, fed it through the machine. Didn't work. Gave it to the lady. Felt like a dumb bitch, but we cashed out.
I'll tell you, I don't think I've ever ripped up a winning ticket. I'll hang on to them until they're dead. And then after they're dead, I'll still scan them to see if they won anyways. That's why I'm not a big scratch off guy because I don't want to sit there playing the bingo scratch off and just scan it. Did I win or didn't I win? Give me that kind of
That's
thing.
what I do with the horses. That's what I do with the horse tickets here. I just scan them. Who knows? Maybe I won some technicality.
I'll tell you, my mom had won on a $3 bingo ticket. She won $5,000. And doesn't she take this ticket, puts it on the table, and this little fucking dog comes up and nips the bottom of the thing and got part of the barcode. Let me tell you, they don't want to cash those things.
They don't.
If you nip the barcode. They're they take a pretty defensive position against giving you that cash. It's like it's their cash. It's unbelievable the way that went down. So make that a note. Don't let the barcodes get ruined when you guys are getting tickets or scratch offs or horse tickets or anything else that goes along with it. The barcode is more important than anything else on that ticket. So
Facts.
let's roll on, Jose. We've got 2 games left on the card here. We've got some late night opportunities here. And
wait, hold on. Late night opportunities. Come on, Mikey. What are these games, Mikey?
Well,
Nasty Nate, I know Nasty Nate wants you to hear sing it right now.
Oh, you guys want to hear the late night special?
They're not late night opportunities. Come on.
It's the late night special. Shine around and let him light on me. Let's go. We got the Cubs and the Diamondbacks at 9:40 p.m. Yeah, she did get paid, Marty Riggs. She did, but it had to go. To a direct authorized. I don't know. It turned out it was Batavia Downs. It was an authorized reseller. They were racing the harnesses that day, so it was a lot of fun. Anyhow, the Cubs open up here as plus 134 favorites. There's been no movement on that side of things, but there has been slight movement against the Diamondbacks. They open up at minus 158. They're now minus 145s. 86% of the bets and 96% of the cash on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Then we look at the total. It's gone from 9s to 8.5. 64% of the bets, 69% of the cash. Jose, we've got Merrill Kelly. We got Bobby Brown rolling out there on the other side of things here with this Arizona Cubs matchup here. And look, I'm going to go by the X's and O's on this one. I'm going to keep it super duper simple. You look back at what's going on here. 3 games against the Cardinals in a row, 2-1. They lost that first game coming back from Coors. Jose, I know it's an important life lesson for everybody. Fade the team getting out their first game back from Coors Field. Arizona did lose 9-6 to the St. Louis Cardinals, which also compromised our fade the Cardinals in the first game of a series trend. But that being said, after that, they win 4-2, then 5-0 to put them boys on ice. We look at the Cubbies. They've been on an extended West Coast road trip. They are 2-1 their last 3 games there in that series against Seattle. Low scoring, 4-2 loss, 4-1 win, 3-2 win. I'm going to go and I'm going to isolate this Merrill Kelly factor. Merrill Kelly at home on a start after 7 p.m. is 28-6 to the under. 28-6. Furthermore, the Diamondbacks are 6-20 to the under when it's him starting as a home favorite. So this Merrill Kelly after 7 p.m. start is 28-6. That's the first 5 under 4.5 for me. Then I went to the full game. Now there's some slippage there between the first half and the full game because they're obviously their bullpen shit the bed somewhere along the way to kind of make that go from 28-6 to 6-20. So there's about an 8-game slippage in there. But on the whole, the bullpen has still been good. Still been good enough to get the job done. I'm looking at the numbers right now. I see a 9. I see it's at minus 120. So it's a double dipper for me. I'm going to go Arizona first 5, under 4.5. That's minus 120. And I'm going with the under 9 at minus 120 as well.
By the way, 2-0 Orioles immediately. So that's a great start for me. And Cedric Mullins just made a ridiculous catch. So that's great. Here we go. But I like your play, Mikey. I was thinking about adding an under here myself, but no action for me in this game. I think Ben Brown, might be good. Who knows?
Bobby Brown?
Ben Brown. Pretty sure his name is Ben. Benny Brown over there. Shout out to Bobby.
Do you know
as
who
well.
Bobby Brown is?
No. I think of James Brown when I think of Bobby Brown. So
Similar.
close.
Housekeeping note, though, that Arizona first 5 under 4.5 is plus 100 at Bet Rivers, minus 105 on Caesars, minus 108 on FanDuel, and then it goes up to minus 110 as well. So Merrill Kelly in that spot where he is 28-6 to the under. Also, we've got the Diamondbacks 20-6 to the under when he's starting as a home favorite. So double dipping the Merrill Kelly spot there, plus the travel situation with the Cubs on cold bats coming out of that Northwest and that Pacific wind.
By the way, Mikey, since you love tracking things, just go ahead and write this down. This is going to be a playoff matchup this year. The division-winning Cubs versus the wild card Diamondbacks.
Where the fuck am I going to write that down that I'm going to remember?
Just write that down in your notebook. Just write that down in your notebook.
All right. Let me put a little note there. Jose says playoff
playoff matchup.
Okay.
And I would agree with Julian. It'd be, I think, Diamondbacks in like 5 as well.
I'm gonna have to put a future Steve G. Yeah, Steve G knows who Bobby Brown is.
I didn't know that Bobby Brown married Whitney Houston, but I do know who Whitney Houston is.
Yeah. Did you know?
She knew Blow. She knew a lot of Blow, I believe.
Jose, rumor is they got her, but that's a whole different story. And you can go conspiracy theory that rabbit hole and dig yourself right in for a nice long night.
They got Sam Cooke too.
Man, Sam, I'm surprised. Sam Cooke. Now that's a guy I can get down with.
Yeah,
good
music.
Cooke smoked her kneecaps off. I think it was crack, if I'm not mistaken. Give me crack corn. Let's go on. Anyhow, we're getting ourselves in trouble here, Jose. It's the Washington Nationals and it's the LA Dodgers here. We cover all things sports related and apparently drug related here, but the Washington Nationals making this West Coast road trip, going out there against these LA Dodgers. And boy, oh boy, we got a minus 360 LA Dodgers team that has moved to minus 375, 94% of the bets, 67% of the cash on the LA Dodgers. We have 67% of the bets on the over in this game. Yeah, we don't have much movement here. It's kind of sitting at minus 105s on both sides. If you want to do anything here from a Dodgers perspective, minus 2.5 is minus 115. That means they got to win by 3 runs for you still to lay juice in this spot, Jose. What say you? Say, hey, go ahead. The floor is yours, my guy. He's giving us the X.
Yeah, this is my first minus 300 fade here. I think the one earlier in the season actually already cashed. I didn't bet it. I don't remember why I didn't. I just think I didn't like the spot, but I just need to be indiscriminate. Now, by the way, 2-1 Orioles. Thank you, Justin. That makes me feel a little better. Mikey, I've done this like with a couple of spots, but when my play goes down immediately, I feel like I should just bet it again on top of it. But then I just feel like an asshole chasing. But whatever. That's another conversation for another day. I did do that twice earlier in the season and took losses, obviously, but whatever.
Well,
I like the Nationals here. I will take them the full game money line minus 200 fade. I think at the end of the season, I'll be profitable at this. It's going to be like a 5-30 record, but we'll be up still. So that's all that.
How are you? What's your system of which you're tracking this minus 300 fade? Do you have like a spreadsheet or something that you're using, or are you just kind of using the old scratch pen and paper?
I do have a spreadsheet. I don't have a separate one for minus 300 fades. I can usually just control F my spreadsheet, and I do write like star minus 300 fade beside the bet, and I can just math it from there. But everyone knows my math is super shitty. But that's typically what I end up doing. Yeah.
So what number did you get for these Washington Nationals?
It doesn't make me feel the best that T showing mine plus 305s on there. I got let me pull it up. I got plus 295, which again, we just need to hit one of these in the fucking series to be okay. So let's come through here, Nationals, one time. And let us not forget the Dodgers are a frequent foe when it comes to the minus 300 fade. We'll never forget what the Pirates have done for me in the past. And I think the Nationals are scrappy. Their defense is pretty good. The issue is obviously they've got a fucking new pitcher who's a lefty making his debut, or I believe, against the Dodgers here, which is fucking terrifying. But you gotta let it ride.
Gotta let it ride, says my guy Jose Bouquet there, wrapping it up for us. And that's going to do it for the show today. How about that? We got it all in there. No
NBA today, huh? Thank God. Fuck that league.
Yeah, we had ourselves a nice little 2-hour Friday. So deserve a nice 1 hour rounded out, shutter down.
Bam, 1-0 Marlins too. Those cunt suckers.
I see it, Jose. I didn't want to have to fade you, and in all fairness, it wasn't fading you. It was just playing the other side. So
no, Mikey, you saw my tweet and you said type in "fuck this guy" and just fade it. I know, Mikey. Don't worry.
I saw your tweet, and then I spent a full afternoon trying to find any kind of trends I could to support the reason why I was fading it. But no, that's not the case at all. Jose, I hope we both cash today. I hope that I cash in that San Fran game, but I'll give you that national spot because that is a monster. I'll be rooting for you. I have no skin in that game. If anything, I would root to the under. And as far as getting kind of a little crafty and creative, Somebody asked in the chat, and Subhuman Gaucho says, did we have a ribeye today? I gave out the ribeye on the sesh today, so go back and check it out. It is there. I tweeted it out on X as well. You guys are more than welcome to go check it. Follow me, tail me on that as well. But Jose Bouquet, excellent job today. Jay Peasy says, since Jackie Robinson Day was made official, Dodgers are 16-3 on this day. How about that, Jose?
Yeah, it's going to be funny when they're not minus 300 for the rest of the series, and I just bet the Nationals this one time and get fucked for the rest. But yeah, no, Jay Peasy, let me tell you, I feel anti-American, I guess, betting against the Dodgers on Jackie Robinson Day, but they fall.
Well, Jose Apache Storm says, I am Apache Storm. Oldie says, fair. Jumping in late. Like what's up, you dirty dogs? And Caddy Daddy says, go cash them tickets, everyone. No UFC this week, but we got some greasy PFL out there. Caddy Daddy up in the house. Justin McKelvey, Coin, you guys came out and rocked with us today. Dale Fick, Philly Eagle Flyer, Steve G, Nunya. We got ourselves a big opportunity tonight, and it's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow. We've got NBA rocking out there. We're going to have Billy Briz coming in there, Jose. But before then, why don't you tell everyone what's in store? What's your schedule look like, and where can they find you for your Say Hey Baseball plays of the day this week?
Yep, Say Hey plays. We go every day. I'm on every day. A show here on Pub Sports Radio. Shout out to all the shows that let me on, of course. And we're doing the Cal Ripken thing again. No breaks every day. It's going to be fun. I also plan on going to baseball games this year, so that's going to be interesting how we do that. But it's going to be fun. I'm also a broke post-college kid trying to bet his way to hopefully my goal now, Mikey. I'm trying to get to the fucking All-Star game in Dallas. I'm gonna sell ass to get to the All-Star game and hopefully the home run derby. Whatever I have to do to get there, I'm gonna get there. So it's gonna be fun. We appreciate all you guys, but I'll be on tomorrow with Pete and Jimmy, 11 a.m. Eastern. There we break down all the games as well. NBA's back, unfortunately. NHL's heating up. Playoffs start soon. MLB in full swing. It's going to be fun. And I'll be on with Jimmy the rest of the week. And then Mondays, this weekend, same time as Betting with the Bag, we're on Say Hey Plays. And then Mondays, I'm on here with you, Medicate Mondays. It's a great time. So shout out to you guys. Just subscribe, hit the like button, and drop a comment below the video. It helps the algorithm. We're not giving you $50 for hitting the lottery twice, but, it would be nice if you hit the comments.
I think I went with 17 and Olsen in that combination.
17?
So 17. I don't want to tell you how and why I came up with the craziness, but did you go out there and drop a comment as far as your numbers, projected home run and hitter?
I'll pass the question because my answer is not sufficient.
Well, Jose, you know what they say. You don't sell ass because you have to. You sell it because you want to, my guy. And we wish you the best of luck. You came up loaded with a 5-play banger for us tonight. I hope we get that cash. I hope it's me on San Fran, but I will wish you the best of luck with the rest of your card. And I will see you again. I know I'll see you throughout this week. And then, of course, next Monday as well, you'll be back. So I appreciate you coming in, my guy. And shout out to everybody, including Joe T out there dropping in from vacation land in Florida. It says 85 and sunny. We're going deep sea fishing tomorrow, nice. My guy, Joe T. Wear that sunscreen. 30 proof. You light-skinned guy out there. I know you're fair skinned and it is strong weather. So stay tan, my guy. Until then, you guys, good luck with your bets. Shout out to T for keeping it tight and right, keeping us moving like a well-oiled machine. Stay pumping, baby.